Welcome back. We know how much you've been enjoying our character breakdowns for your favorite FNAF characters in animatronics. Bonnie the Bunny. Bonnie is part of the main animatronics cast of the characters of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, and today we'll be learning some more frightening facts about him as we count down the top 10 shocking Bonnie the Bunny facts. And be sure to stick around till the end of this list where I will have some bonus content coming your way. Alright, let's get counting. Number 10. Frequent visitor. In the original FNAF, if you were ever successfully attacked and killed by an animatronic, it was likely Bonnie. I mean, probably wasn't Bonnie all the time, but trust me, Bonnie's a big one. Bonnie the Bunny is one of the most active characters in the original game. He really likes to come out and play and roam the pizzeria at night. So he is really the one that you need to keep an eye out for when it comes to those lights in the doors and your cameras, as you likely will see a lot of movement from Bonnie. In fact, you'll probably just see Bonnie like waiting to jump on you later in that game, pretty much the entire time. Bonnie pops up at your left door, so that's the one you want to keep an eye on for Bonnie the Bunny. Number 9, Death Coin. In Ultimate Custom Night, the Death Coin becomes a mechanic that you can use if you purchase it using Faz Coins. Bonnie the Bunny is one of the animatronics you can actually use it on, so if you're really afraid of Bonnie, or if they are your least favorite animatronic, though I don't know why you put them in your custom game, or if you just don't want to have to worry about Bonnie, this might be a good idea for you. The Death Coin can only be purchased and used once per night and allows you to basically ignore or delete a character for that night. It can't be used on all of the animatronics, but it can be used on Bonnie, if you so choose. Number 8, Bonnie and Foxy. In the trailer for the original game, Bonnie appears to be the animatronic who charges down the hallway at you, and is also shown removing his face. While in the game, it is Foxy who is known for running and using this method to charge you and attack. Right off the bat, this connection between the two would later lead to some seeming competition in the animatronics' relationship with one another, which is hinted at later in the franchise, and which we'll talk about further on in this list. Some have speculated that Bonnie running in the trailer while Foxy was the one running in the game has to do with either the fact that Scott had not yet designed Foxy, changed his mind about Bonnie's character in the game and his approach, or simply wanted Foxy to be a surprise. As for Bonnie removing his face, we wouldn't see anything like this with Bonnie until the second game. Number 7, Moaning. On night 4 of the original Five Nights at Freddy's, you might notice that when Bonnie pops up, he begins to moan. You can hear a series of moans when you see Bonnie on camera, just adding to the creepiness of his character. It almost makes it sound like someone is trapped in the suit. It could be a reference to the spirits who are actually trapped within the animatronics, or it could just be the suit glitching when it comes to the in-story reason for why we hear this moaning. In regards to gameplay though, it just seems to be part of making the game feel more scary the further along you get, getting you more and more on edge. Just like the camera glitches, which you experience more and more as the game goes on. Ugh, those camera glitches, they get me. I'm like, no thank you. Stop glitching, camera, why you like that? Also, why do I have limited power? What is this? Number 6. Freaky eyes. When it comes to Bonnie, a lot of people have noticed that in his withered form, the light of his pupils actually change. It could have to do with a change in the amount of light that shines on withered Bonnie, or it could have to do with a change in his mood. But his eyes switch between being bright white or bright red. Either way, withered Bonnie is terrifying and is likely still going to try and come for you, no matter what the color of his eyes. Number 5, first animatronic. Bonnie is said to be the first animatronic that was designed by Scott Cawthon. Apparently, in an interview, Scott shared that during the early stages of game development, Bonnie's face actually popped up and caught him off guard, as it appeared in a spot where it wasn't supposed to be. Being unexpected, Bonnie's face gave Scott a big jump scare of his own, and that was the moment that Scott knew with FNAF he had something really interesting. That moment itself likely inspired a lot of the pop-ups that you experienced during the gameplay. Number 4, aggressive. In Ultimate Custom Night, Bonnie is also in Pirate Cove and is not happy about having to share the stage with Foxy the Pirate. Another nod to those two having a potential close and competitive relationship. As a result of being forced to share Pirate Cove, Bonnie becomes a lot more aggressive in the game. And whereas you may be used to having to frequently check on Foxy, if Bonnie is actually the one in Pirate Cove, you don't want to catch him on camera. Whereas Foxy wants your attention, if you catch Bonnie on camera, it will make Bonnie come towards you. So the opposite of what you're used to dealing with when it comes to Foxy in Pirate Cove. Number 3, Bonnie Plushie. I don't know if it's so much shocking as it is interesting. In FNAF 2, the Bonnie Plushie is an item you can get as a reward when you complete the Custom Nights Double Trouble mode. This plushie actually became so popular that it was also turned into a toy. In fact, there is a whole line of FNAF toys. Some of them adorable and some of them are more sinister looking. Some people even handcraft and sell withered Bonnie plushies as well. Ugh. So, if you're a fan of Bonnie, there's a good chance you can find plushies for him in all of his forms. Gotta catch 'em all. Number 2, Mr. Munch. Many have drawn similarities between another lovable real-life pizzeria character, real life, and Bonnie the Bunny. That character is Mr. Munch. Mr. Munch and Bonnie both have a similar shaped body and face. While Mr. Munch is not a bunny, he is purple and has similar eyes to Bonnie, except that Bonnie's eyes are red or pink. In FNAF 2, people also noticed that Bonnie's teeth appeared to be more pointed, similar to the shape of those of Mr. Munch. Many have likened Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria to that of Chuck E. Cheese's, which also is known for its animatronic characters, as well as comparing Freddy Fazbear to the lead animatronic in the band Rockafire Explosion, who is also an anthropomorphic animatronic bear, like Freddy. Number 1, Nightmare. Scott Cawthon considers Bonnie to be the most frightening animatronic in the game. Bonnie actually gave Scott nightmares, likely because Bonnie was also responsible for the jump scares Scott experienced during development, which we talked about earlier. People also believe this is why Bonnie appears in hallucinations in the game, that the hallucinations are sort of a nod to Scott's own nightmares that he had of Bonnie. Regardless, when it comes to Scott's opinion, Bonnie remains the most terrifying animatronic in the games for him. So if we're talking to Scott, he's gonna tell us that Bonnie the Bunny is actually the most terrifying animatronic. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think? I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about, apparently, the most terrifying animatronic in FNAF, according to the game's creator, Bonnie the Bunny. Who's your favorite animatronic? What is your favorite FNAF game? Do you find Bonnie scary, yes or no? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And speaking of comments, it's time to turn to some comments from one of our latest videos, Top 10 Resident Evil 3 Easter eggs you missed. Typical Wolf says, hi, hello, back to you, Typical Wolf. Thank you so much for stopping by and for commenting. Nuke Mickey Gamer says, Amanda is host now. It's okay. She's my fave, like Connor. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed my presence on the channel, and Connor's presence as well. The Cheese King is also awesome. Long may he reign. And that's all the time we have for comments today. Be sure to comment below for a chance to have your comments responded to in a future video. And be sure to like, subscribe, and ring our bell if you haven't already on your way down to those comments. This has been Top 10 Gaming, and I'm your host, Amanda McKnight, reminding you to keep on gaming on. Pew pew! Fun facts. But his eyes switch between being bright white or bright... I keep wanting to say bread. Links, 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 links. It's hot. It's very warm. I'm waiting for the thing to scroll. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you endured. Pew pew! I feel like I looked in a weird spot. Pew pew! Look where I'm shooting. Okay, that's it. Goodbye.